Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play All the Games. This is our weekly, in this case, bi-weekly vlog because we did miss a week there. Christmas
I don't
and
remember
other
why
stuff.
we missed it.
Things, reasons, Christmas or Christmas for the uninitiated. I don't know, stuff.
We're trying
things.
to get on a roll of them every Sunday,
Yeah.
but with every once in a while we've
Life
got to
will
record
occasionally get in the
something,
way,
and then
yeah.
we're like, well, we just recorded on Wednesday, so do we really need a Sunday vlog? And then
Exactly,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
Hey, maybe in the new year we'll get on a...
Yeah, we'll get on something. Hey,
schedule.
we're starting to learn. So, welcome again to the vlog. We're going to talk about a couple of random things, and then we're going to talk about The Force Awakens. We will be doing spoilers on The Force Awakens part. However, we're not doing them just yet. We will put a big, thing. I don't know if I'll insert something in the video, or I'll just, do like weird, like Force lightning hands and say, spoilers coming up. But you will keep watching the video until then, and also after. But yeah, so we'll do that and let you know when those are coming up. But that's a little bit later. First, let's talk about other random geeky goodness. We had a really cool game pickup. We found the other day, a game we've been looking for quite some time, and found a local store
downtown, which we mentioned it in the Cartridges Galore. We will do a video there eventually because they've been around forever.
Yeah,
and they provide us with a lot of.
So this wasn't cartridges. This was vintage.
And vintage videos and games.
I think so. Yeah, I always screw this up because I swear there was a different name.
Vintage games and videos,
yeah.
but it's vintage videos and games.
Because they're like the OGs. I've been going there since '96,
They've been around forever.
7, 5. I don't know. One of those 3 years in that stretch.
We just I think we've gone downtown for bubble tea, and we're like, hey, let's just, because it's on the
like they're
half a block
cat a corner
up,
from each other. It's like here's one.
We're like,
the other.
we'll just wander into vintage,
Yeah.
and I looked at the case and was like expecting to see the same thing that had always been there, and then I think I actually put my hand down on the case. I was like, oh my god!
I heard her hit it. I heard her hand hit the case. Like
I was
thump.
like, look.
Yeah.
Because we've been looking for this one for... we plan to do an LP of this, but we were like, whenever we find it, because it's kind of hard to find.
Which we didn't expect when we went looking for it, but...
So we found...
Parappa the Rappa.
Parappa the Rapper. And not only did we find...
in the mind.
This is in incredible... condition.
To the point where we didn't even know this was originally included something in it.
I don't think I'd ever seen this before, but it's the poster that comes with it.
The poster was just sitting there in it, and that's kind of crazy. Because I didn't know there was one. Of course, I never actually played the real game. I just played the demo over and over and over.
I rented it, so I never...
So, like it was on an old PlayStation Underground disc or something,
this is like in awesome condition. Like, someone took really good care of this, and... somehow it found its way to us, and we are definitely going to do an LP of it because it's a really fun game.
And keep it at a good home at all times. Don't worry about that.
I mean, if you don't have any experience with this, this basically started the whole like rhythm.
I don't remember anything before that was really certainly nothing of any consequence. So
I was really excited to find this one, and we also someone had dropped off Haunting Ground, which I'm hoping it's still there. Next time we go down,
I'm gonna have to take a look.
I'm gonna be sad if we walk in there and it's gone. Because we were debating, we're like, oh, should we get Haunting Ground or Parappa the Rapper? But Parappa the Rapper, we'd actually planned on doing an LP of.
Also, it helped that Parappa the Rapper was $42 and Haunting Ground was $89.
But we really want both
and
of
I mean,
games,
Haunting Ground, that's like right where it should be. So that's pretty cool. And of course, supporting a local vendor when we do it. So hopefully, it'll still be there. But
we're gonna walk in there. They won't have Haunting Ground, but they will have a complete copy of Rule of Rose,
which we'll probably get anyway because we only have a disc.
Also, another little note about something that's upcoming. I'm thinking about it because of the X-Files patch here. In a vlog coming up, well, it's going to be kind of
basically
it's not going to be a vlog. It's going to be an unboxing.
Yeah.
Katie's
own personal loot crate that she said to herself from years in the past.
Ever. And in my grandfather's basement, I have at least one giant Tupperware container full of all of the merchandise.
She's got huge tracks of X-Files stuff.
I probably spent thousands of dollars in my teenage years, like, on collecting everything that I could find that was X-Files, and I haven't looked in this box for...
This is going to be pretty awesome.
Of course,
I have no idea what's in there, so it's like a big round
I called my mom and I was like, I really want to do a video where I basically, like, I'm just going to open the box and I'm going to show you guys all of the X-Files stuff that I collected back then, and a lot of that I haven't seen in over a decade. So I'm actually really excited about this.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
So, because I don't know what's going to be in there.
Yep. So, yeah, look forward to that.
Obviously, in preparation for
The new season.
The new X-Files,
Yeah.
which 6 episodes starts January 24th. Yeah.
She's excited.
Yeah. X-Files
So,
is my favorite thing ever.
yeah.
Next to Silent Hill.
next to Silent Hill.
Although
Whereas-
X-Files is probably my greatest love of all time, so.
Fair enough. Whereas, of course, one of mine being Star Wars, so probably a good time to make that transition.
Well, we also have this other thing.
Oh, no, I
We were just
forgot.
gonna
I had
quickly
no clue
mention
that
it.
we were going to talk
We
about
don't-
Clue.
Well, this was, like, we were going to record this a few days ago, but then...
Yeah.
I guess...
It was
December,
the 30th?
December 13th
Was that? Okay, something
was
on that.
the 30th anniversary of the release of the movie Clue.
Yeah.
Which this is actually relevant because obviously Clue is a board game and we're Let's Play all the
Not to
games.
mention, we've been known to quote it several times in playthroughs.
You will
that
catch us
movie,
quoting
so-
it many times in
Yeah.
playthroughs. In fact, I might go back and see if I could find some clips to include here. I do remember the J. Edgar Hoover is on everybody else's phone. Why shouldn't he be on mine?
Yeah. There's, yeah, and that movie is, like, it's brilliant. It came out, like, what, like 83, 85, somewhere in that range?
83th.
I think, but it's...
Well, no, I guess it would have
Maybe
been
85.
85
Yeah.
because, 30th anniversary.
Yeah, duh. Thank you, brain.
yeah.
I don't math well. PR degree. So the interesting thing here is, like, Clue is based off the game Clue. And this movie had no right being good, and it went past good and became amazing.
It's
So-
one of the most quotable movies
Yeah.
ever, in my
Tim Curry
opinion.
at his finest, alongside Martin Mull and
Which Tim Curry is great in everything, so.
Leslie Ann Warren,
Leslie
who
Ann
is
Warren, Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn,
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean, yeah.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty epic. And I forget what his name
And
is.
it holds up. I've probably seen that
Yeah.
movie.
And actually,
dozens of
interesting thing, I
times.
forget his name, but J. Edgar Hoover himself in the movie, he's uncredited.
Oh.
Like, because I know that actor, and he's not credited in the movie at all. Like, they don't even list who J. So it's kind of interesting.
You should watch it, though. It's
it takes
not on
place in the
Netflix
50s
anymore,
in a
though.
mansion, but yeah, it's not there. But you could probably find a copy reasonably
Somehow they
cheap.
took a board game and were like, let's create a
Yeah.
story around this, and it turned out fantastic. And
Unlike-
actually, when I was a kid, I thought that the board game was based on the movie.
Is that good? Unlike, say, taking Battleship and trying to make a movie about it, which sucked. No matter how much Liam Neeson you crammed into that movie, it still wasn't any good.
All right, I'm shouting. I'm shouting.
I'm shouting. Thunk. So, I think it's time. You will keep watching, but there are spoilers coming. There are spoilers coming. No, seriously, there are spoilers coming. Force Awakens, we've seen it. Holy shit.
Oh shit, I just realized he comes off that stand.
And now you get to know who she's talking about.
We weren't even doing vlogs back when they released
Yeah,
the toys
this was back in
originally. We
September.
were at Toys R Us for the midnight launch. Of
We
these
like minute one, the toys came
Of course,
out.
this is the
The little Funko
little
Pop
thing.
BB-8.
The first thing I bought is the little.
Kid's like, mine.
Yep.
And part of the sole reason we went was because I needed this in my life. And I mean,
I think I
needed
was the
this
first
in
one
my
to see it
life.
online when they previewed the Legos, and I was like, Andy, have you seen this black and orange X-wing? And he was like, what? And I showed him pictures, and I was like, we're getting that, right?
This thing.
Oh, it
is
has a little
so-
BB-8 in it.
It does have a little BB-8 Lego figure.
This
of course,
is Poe Dameron's,
Poe Dameron's in there. I think it comes
X-wing.
with Elo-Asti and a little Rebel Tech too. But this thing is so goddamn sexy. I'm sorry, I can't call it anything else with the black and orange. This is just.
Yeah.
I love.
As soon as I saw that, I knew.
Like everybody else headed for the action figures.
We went to
headed
the
straight to the
Lego
Lego aisle. Like just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We went straight for this, and this was fun to put together too. I love Legos. Katie loves Legos. It's kind of like a. I love Legos, but they're also kind of like my therapy in a way. Sometimes, like
It's
just
relaxing.
shitty day.
Put
It's
them
like
together.
and the very second I realized as an adult, wait, I can drink beer and put together Legos at the same time. Suddenly my world became amazing. So, good times there. So, yeah, the movie. I think that's everything we had to show. Wow. The first showing they'd let us into, we were there. And
7 p.m.
Yep. 7 p.m. on Thursday. It was
Regular, not 3D.
Yeah, fuck that 3D shit.
I don't like watching 3D
Yeah.
movies in the theater.
It was pretty damn epic. First things first, Kylo Ren is terrifying. And I personally think he's more terrifying with the mask off than he is with it on. There are plenty of times where he takes the mask off for reasons. And I think he's more terrifying with the mask off.
That's something I said when we came out, and it was something that I felt watching the movie is Kylo Ren actually scared me.
Yeah.
And I was wearing...
She was wearing her Kylo Ren pop shirt,
Smuggler's Bounty unboxing, I got a Kylo Ren pop shirt in, and I wore that to the movie. And I actually felt bad walking out. Like I zipped my hoodie up. I was like, I don't want people to see me wearing a Kylo Ren shirt because he's a son of a bitch.
Well, and I guess we can, since this is spoilers, then we can
really
explain
scary.
why. But
he was really, really scary, and I stand by this completely. Way scarier than Darth Vader ever was.
Yeah, and there was something you said that was an interesting comment about Darth Vader was a politician.
And
Kylo
Ren is just a psychotic villain.
And then some. Scary, scary dude.
I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Who does eliminate someone in a fairly dramatic fashion in the movie. We'll give you that much of a spoiler.
Which I had heard spoilers about that before I went in, and I thought it was bullshit. So.
Yeah. So there's that. Moving on, Poe Dameron, of course, is the first character we see talking, and he isn't just an X-Wing pilot. They really let him be somebody, and it was really cool. Like, the first thing, he gets kind of captured, and he's looking at Kylo Ren. He's like, so, do you talk first? Do I talk first? I can't tell. It's hard to tell with the mask on. I can't see.
I just heard, we were just watching a couple other YouTubers review the movie, and someone said that he was kind of Han Solo-ish. And that was the vibe I got immediately. He was kind of the Han Solo of this movie. Except there is Han Solo. Yeah. Han Solo is actually in the movie.
So there's that too.
But young Han Solo. I kind of got that vibe from him.
I feel like there was a lot of uniqueness to him too, though. But I still get the vibe you're talking about. Also, it's worth noting that Kylo Ren demonstrates some Force powers that we've never seen anything like before, involving straight-up stopping time. It's pretty damn crazy and very well applied.
Oh yeah, he stops that blaster
He stops a
shot.
Blaster bolt, just stops it in time. Like, it's not even moving till, minutes later he leaves and it continues. So, this is a good time to say, I'm no Star Wars. Stupidly well. Going all the way back to and beginning with the West End Star Wars RPG stuff, which was actually where a lot of the backfill knowledge came in, to the point where Lucasfilm actually considered it canon. When Timothy Zahn went to go write the Thrawn trilogy, or the Zahn trilogy, it's good enough that we actually call it by the author's name. He asked for background info, and they handed him a crate of the Star Wars RPG books from West End Games. So that's how legit they considered it. Which is crazy to me. The only reason I bring this up is because they really explored what you could and couldn't do with the Force in a lot of ways, and they never did that. It was like, holy shit, this is new to me. I have not seen this one before. Fuck. This is a problem if you're going up against him. Finn was awesome, and they show Finn really just right out of the gate starting to question things, where he comes from and why. And he really got to grow as a character.
The new characters.
Yeah. Rey
I actually
was
found
awesome
them
too.
super interesting.
Yeah. They did an
possibly
amazing
more
job.
Interesting than the old characters that they brought back in. Finn, Rey, both awesome.
And I think some of this movie
awesome.
was meant to transition to
and
these
then
new
Kylo Ren
obviously.
being even more terrifying than Darth Vader. I like the new class.
Honestly, and General Hux too, the bad guy general for the First Order, he was a son of a bitch too.
Yeah, they nailed it on the new characters completely.
And there were a lot of really good interactions between the characters, between Poe and Finn, or between Finn and Rey, that were just fun. And I don't know how much of it they just... I almost feel like some of it they gave them an idea of what they wanted to say and let them ad-lib a little bit to see where they'd go, and took several different takes and used the best one. Specifically, one I'll talk about here in a segment. The first one, there's a moment where Finn and Poe are basically both in a TIE fighter and kind of, getting to know each other in a hurry, and just the banter between them and how they're talking.
Obviously, it was a callback
really cool.
to Episode 4.
Kind of a little bit of the Falcon, and then of course there's a moment too where Rey is piloting the Falcon, discovers it, and Finn is in the gunner's seat, and they're trying to get out of there and get away from some TIE fighters. She's never piloted this thing before. He's never really used the guns on it before. It's a tricky machine to handle. Even at the best of times, because it's all kind of very unique and kit-bashed from Han and Chewie's perspective. But then after they succeed and land the thing, they both run out and meet each other in the center, and they're both yelling at each other like, "Oh my god, that was awesome! How did you do that? I don't know, I just did it! How did you do that? I don't know, I never knew how to fire that thing!" Just excited about everything they just did. And I feel like that scene in particular, they might have just said, be excited about what you just did and kind of play off of each other and see where it goes.
I forget how that scene played out. Was it they were running to the one ship, and she was like...
and then when
and
they
he was
found
like, well, why can't we use this one? And she's like, no, that's a piece of junk. And then And then the ship they were going to gets blown up, and
It's like,
she's
okay,
like,
the junk will do.
The junk will do.
And it
then
turns into the Falcon.
That's the reveal of the
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon, which our the audience, and I guess this happens a lot because
Yeah.
the reviewer we were just
Everybody
watching
probably
said
broke into
this was
applause
like a
'cause-
big applause
Yeah.
moment. It's the Millennium Falcon.
And I got to say too, the Falcon, apparently thanks to this, can take a beating, and I don't mean by getting shot. I mean like just crashing into
Crashing through
things,
trees
including
and
planets
shit.
and
Yeah.
ground and skimming things. It's like that ship can take a beating. So that's really cool. There's, of course, they never talked about who exactly is who, and I think, we can get into really spoilerific territory real quick and say, of course, the relationship of Kylo Ren to somebody else in the film becomes very apparent and quickly on. Rey's relationship to any characters is still up in the air. We think she's a little... How shall I say this?
I think she's Luke Skywalker's
I think so too,
daughter.
and that's the main theory. My first theory was that she was Han and Leia's daughter. And of course, the fact that she was able to take to instantly piloting the Falcon and have a great technical background knowledge sort of played to that. But then later on, with the Force coming in and certain things calling to her, and in fact, she actually sort of is called to by Luke's original lightsaber, which of course is Anakin's lightsaber. Where and how they got this off of Bespin, I don't know. Now, this is, interestingly, the first major variation off of the expanded universe we've known. And of course, we know the expanded universe is gone now. It's called the Legends universe. We knew that all the time. But up until now, they haven't shown us anything that specifically strayed away from it. This did, because in the expanded universe, the Emperor had actually had it retrieved and had it in his personal storehouse as like a memento. Well, apparently not. So, some alien whose name I actually cannot remember at the moment for the life of me. I have to go see the movie about 12 more times to start absorbing everything. Hey, what are you doing 12 more times?
Are you talking about this
Yeah.
little alien lady?
Yeah, the little
I
short
can't remember.
glasses lady. But there is, somehow she got it, and when they even asked her, she says that's a story for another time and waves them on. So it's going to be interesting to see how that gets filled in. There's a lot of things I'm really curious about from the greater background of the universe, what's happened in the 30 years between the politics of the current situation, because the New Republic is in there, and the Resistance is basically backed by the New Republic.
Yeah, I want to see
I'm curious. I don't know
the
like how
gigantic
this all
gap
works
we
out.
have between Episode 6 and Episode 7, like how it got to where it is now.
Yeah.
I would really like to know more about
I
that.
want to know more too. But with that said, I'm really curious too, because I have another thing that I'm wondering about and curious about is the First Order grew out of the Empire, but I get this notion that there's still the Empire somewhere. And the First Order, like, you can almost say, well, now that's what the Empire's become. I'm curious if maybe the Empire is still around. Like, based off the actual ideals of the Empire, whatever, people who believed in the ideals of it, whether or not, not quite being Palpatine, but basically whatever they believed in.
Our pal friend Patine.
Yes, or our pal friend Patine. But I'm curious, I think the Empire still exists too, not just the First Order. I think the First Order is sort of like an offshoot that eventually they're like a branch of the Empire that grew out of everything, the fallout of Endor, and they want to take everything over. But I feel like maybe the Empire is going to come in as like a tenuous ally of the Republic, if it still exists. There's a Death Star-like thing in there and shit gets blown up, but we don't know the extent of what that meant. But,
You're talking about the thing in the movie?
Yeah.
What is that called? Something
Starkiller Base. Starkiller Base.
Okay.
Which is basically the First Order saying, hey, you know how the Death Star existed and how we made a second one? I got an idea, guys. Let's make a third one. No, hear me out. Hear me out. Let's make it bigger. You with me?
Wasn't
Let's
that
make
Luke's
it bigger.
name, though?
Initially, like, he
Luke
was supposed to be
Starkiller?
called Luke Starkiller. And then, actually, Starkiller was also the name
Do you think that was
of-
a nod back to that?
Yeah,
calling?
I think,
Okay.
yeah. Because there's been various other things. There was another draft that had a General Starkiller in it, and then, of course, there was also Starkiller from the Force Unleashed games. So they like to call back to that name as an homage. In this case, also, let's just say that the name is very appropriate to what it does. It's a planet with a giant super laser built into it. It's powered by a sun.
And the weapon is powered by basically sucking all
Yep.
the energy out of various suns stars until they become nothing.
So basically, it's like you kill a star to kill other planets. Kind of a douchey move, really. It's not a sustainable, it's not a green weapon by any means, if you will.
Apparently, for every star they kill, they can knock out about 5 planets.
Yeah, apparently the beam can travel like across half the galaxy and split, and everybody gets to see it and go, "Oh shit, what is that?" That part I'm actually a little iffy on, because it's also calling back to some crap in the expanded universe, the Sun Crusher and the stupid Kevin Anderson novels and the Jedi Academy trilogy, and don't read those. It's a great movie. Go see it if you haven't, which I can't imagine you haven't. But if you have, go again. And then a third time. Possibly a fourth.
We'll probably go again.
Yeah.
I think.
Possibly 12. I might. Anyway.
I can't go 12. I can only go 5. Because that's my maximum.
Okay.
I can't ever go more than I saw the X-Files movie.
That's fair. That's fair. I can appreciate that. So, thanks for putting up with us yet again. More vlogs to come. We'll probably do a year-end review here in about a week or so, just before New Year's. Talk about some cool things then. So,
Force Awakens, 5 out of 5.
Would Force again, and Awaken again. So, yeah, great movie, good times. It's been a great year, lots of games coming up. BB-8 is the shit. Final thing about BB-8, there's a moment where he has to give a thumbs up to somebody, so he kicks out this little lighter, this little butane lighter, and it comes up as a thumbs up.
That was my favorite moment in the whole movie.
That was awesome. So yeah, that's good to for us. Until next time, see you, Space Cowboys. Darth Vader, just leave me alone. I'm after one dude on your entire
I have
planet.
to go take a shit. Look at the way I'm walking.
You gotta go read Richards on this shit. I'm gonna like stretch my foot out with the Force all the way from the fucking Baxter building, and I'm gonna Four Freedoms Plaza my four-toed Yoda foot up his ass.
Just me and myself busy doing that.